Anthony. Right now, Casey Anthony, her mother, is meeting with her attorney at his office in Kissimmee. They're certainly talking about a new offer from the state attorney's office to give Casey limited immunity in exchange for information about her daughter's disappearance. In addition, the sheriff's office has confirmed to WESH 2 News that DNA results from Casey's car are in. This comes on the heels of news that scientists discovered signs of decomposition in the car after studying air samples. There's also word that Casey could be heading back to jail. This morning, the man known as the bounty hunter in this case tells WESH 2 that he has started the paperwork process to revoke the bond that he helped arrange for her. We have team coverage of this big story. Gail Pascal-Brown at the Anthony home monitoring things there. Bob Keeling is at the Orange County Jail, but we'll start with Michelle Meredith in Kissimmee at Casey's attorney's office. Michelle.
Well, Casey Anthony arrived here this morning with more fanfare than usual. That's because this morning we have learned that the bounty hunter, the man who basically got Casey out of jail in the first place, plans to revoke Casey's bond and put her back in jail. Now, we asked Leonard Padilla, why is he doing this? He told us that Casey has become a lightning rod for controversy and he has safety concerns.
Somebody's going to get frustrated. They're going to back the car out of the drive, run over a camera person. Somebody's going to come by there and try to harm her and harm a family member. There's a tremendous amount of frustration and anxiety that just continues to build. You hear the people driving by here hollering, somebody's going to, it only takes one nut to create a situation.
How long? Now, we asked the bounty hunter, does Casey know that she might end up back in jail? And he said yes. We asked, what was her reaction? He said she really didn't have one, and at this point, that didn't surprise him. I'm Michelle Meredith, live in Kissimmee for WESH 2 News.
Our team coverage continues now with WESH 2's Bob Keeling live at the sheriff's office where DNA evidence from Casey's car is now in the hands of investigators. Bob?
Yeah, in fact, Scott, we've confirmed that there's just a very small group of detectives here at the sheriff's office who now have possession of those lab results that were faxed to them late last night. A source also tells us that at this hour, they are in the process of developing an investigation into potential new charges against Casey. Now, we want to stress at this point that there is no confirmation coming from this agency of what those FBI tests on the items found in her car reveal. However, as we first told you, tests are back in on that foul odor in Casey's car, and they do confirm human decomposition, meaning there was a dead body in Casey's car. Now, this afternoon, investigators plan to meet to discuss this new evidence. They also plan to share it with the state attorney's office. Sources tell us there is no indication so far that Casey may be leaning towards this limited immunity deal where she would not be prosecuted for what she tells prosecutors if that information is true and it leads them to Kaylee. And that offer will come off the table on Tuesday. But it was extended yesterday, and there is still at least a little bit of optimism that if they can keep the dialogue going between Casey and her attorney, perhaps something fruitful might come out of it. But meanwhile, we're told investigators will meet here at 3 o'clock to discuss this new evidence, and then at this point we're told they will be making some sort of statement. Reporting live at Orange County Sheriff's Headquarters, Bob Keeling, WESH 2 News.
All right, Bob, thanks. Now to East Orange County and the Anthony's home. That's where we find Gail Pascal-Brown live with more. Gail?
Well, what we can tell you is that Cindy Anthony left this house here, her house, at about half an hour ago. Not sure where she is or where she went. Here's how the rest of the morning went here at the Anthony household. Around 6:20 this morning, George Anthony left his house with an unidentified male on the passenger side. It's possible that it's part of his security team. He returned about 2 hours later. Then, around 9:30 this morning, that California bounty hunter, Leonard Padilla, and his crew started milling around his travel trailer. Around 10 this morning, Padilla, as well as his crew, and Casey all took off in 2 separate vehicles to Jose Baez's office. Casey's attorney, you can see her there in the back seat. Now, as Michelle has emphasized, they are, of course, still talking with the attorney, and, of course, Padilla is concerned because of Casey's safety. He says they've gotten a lot of calls, basically, from, quote, nuts, and he says he doesn't want to basically try to, get this girl in any kind of trouble or have anyone harm her, so he figures that at least back in jail would be the safest place for her. I'm Gail Pascal-Brown, live in East Orange County for WESH 2 News.
All right, Gail, thanks. And you can count on WESH 2 to bring you any new developments in this case as soon as they happen. You can also get instant updates anytime at WESH.com.